I'm going to start off today with just a quick reminder of some of the things we've been doing the past couple days. Here, we have these problems where we're given a polynomial and we have to identify the number of terms, the coefficients, the degree, the leading coefficient, and the constant of the polynomial. And I had made some notes on some of your homework. Make sure you're checking what I'm giving you for notes because there's some little things that we need to fix. The number of terms are separated by addition and subtraction. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. What we learned yesterday is that I would just name this as a polynomial with 5 terms. The coefficients are all the numbers multiplying the variables. 3, 5. Here I have minus x to the fourth, so my coefficient is the -1 and 2. Coefficients must have a variable with them. To find the leading coefficient and the degree, I look at the term that has the highest exponent. The coefficient of that term is the leading coefficient. The exponent of that term is the degree. The constant is the number that doesn't have a variable, -7. This would be a degree 4 polynomial with 5 terms. When it says to write the polynomial in descending order, that means start with the term with the highest exponent and then go down in order from there. So this is x cubed. My next term should be the x squared term, then the x term, and then the constant. In the last example, the x cubed is the highest exponent. Then I find the one with the square, the x, and the constant. If any terms are missing, just leave them out. These x to the third, these would both be cubic polynomials. What we're going to do today is adding polynomials. When you add polynomials, you combine like terms. Like terms have the same variable and exponent. So we've done this before. We just need to be careful and make sure that we're looking for the terms that have the same variable and the same exponent. All of ours are going to just have the variable x. When you do this, you add the coefficients. And the exponent stays the same. So for example, I have these two polynomials that I want to add, 3x squared plus 2x plus 5x squared plus 6x. When you're adding, these parentheses don't change anything. So this is the same as just writing 3x squared plus 2x plus 5x squared plus 6. So I'm going to look, and I usually do these from highest exponent to lowest. I have a 3x squared here. I go looking for any like terms. I have another 5x squared. Add the coefficients. 3 plus 5 is 8, x squared. The exponent doesn't change. Then go looking for the term with the next lower exponent. Here I have a 2x. I look for any like terms. There's nothing else with an x, so I don't have anything to add that to. And then I have this plus 6 that also needs to come down into my answer. In this case, the only like terms we could combine were the squared terms. Over here, I have an x cubed, and I look, there's no like terms, so I'm going to bring that down into my answer. Then I'm going to find my square terms. I have positive 4x squared, and this is positive 3x squared. 4 plus 3 is 7x squared. Then I look for my x's. Be careful with this. When you look at this term here, it's negative 7x plus 2x, which is negative 5x. The sign that comes right before it goes with that coefficient. Then I'm going to look for my constants. I have positive 1 and negative 3. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. Here's a couple more examples, and we're going to write these answers in descending order. So the easiest way to do that is to look for the highest exponents first. Here I have 4x and 6x. 4 plus 6 is 10x. Then I have a negative 1 and a positive 10. Negative 1 plus 10 is positive 9. Over here, I have the 5x cubed, and I look, there's no other x cubed terms, so there's nothing to combine it with. Then I look for the x squareds. I have the 2x squared. There's nothing to combine it with, so that's going to come down to my answer. I have a negative 9x. There's nothing else to combine it with. And I have positive 3. So in this case, there weren't any terms that we could combine. We just were changing the order to get it into descending order. Again, start with my x cubed. There's no other x cubed, so that goes into my answer. Then I find any x squareds. And some of you may find it easier to kind of box certain things and circle others and keep them organized, but do whatever works for you. There's no other x squared terms. I have a negative 2x and a negative 3x to get negative 5x. Lastly, I have the constant of positive 1 and plus 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. Last example, here's my x squared term. There's no other x squareds. Then I find my x terms. I have plus 2x and positive 3x. 2 plus 3 is 5x. Then I look for the constants. Positive 4, negative 2. 4 minus 2 is 2, and I'm all set. So today you're just adding polynomials, and you're going to write the answers in descending order.